everyone, Donna Gray here from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in the New South Wales area. Now, if this is the first time you have watched me, what a Stampin' Up demonstrator is we sell all crafting products. So our crafting products that we sell are not available in stores anywhere. They're available online through our online store. So everything that you need for your crafting, your little crafting habit, I actually sell. So I sell stamps, inks, cardstocks, absolutely everything that you would need, ribbons, embellishments, dies to do some die cuts, absolutely glues, adhesives, scissors, everything that you need to do your crafting projects, I actually sell through my online store. So what I'm actually going to do today is I'm going to demonstrate some of our brand new holiday catalogue items that we have. Our holiday catalogue goes live on the 4th of September. So any of the items that I'm using today, you'll be able to purchase on the 4th of September, unless you decide to join my team. If you decide to join my team, you get an awesome joining offer, which is going to end at the end of August. So we've only got a few more days, 5 days, I think, not even 5 days, 4 days left. So to make the best of this joining offer. So at the moment, you can purchase $280 worth of products and you only pay $169. And any of the items that I use today, you can place in your starter kit. So if you absolutely love what I use today and you simply cannot wait until next week to purchase, you could join my team. And the perks of joining my team is, one thing, you get 20% discount off all your crafting products, which is fantastic. Another thing is that you get to be a part of my awesome team Facebook group where we all interact through our Facebook group. We have awesome chats, we have live team meetings. My team also get every video that I do for my Stamps Club members, my online classes, any of my private video tutorials that people pay for. My team get those for free. So it is an awesome offer and I would love to have you as part of the Wild Heart Crafters team. We're about to, in November, we're about to go to Onstage and there is some vacancies still left in places at Onstage, not where we're going at the moment, it's booked out. But if you join, you get the opportunity to go to an Onstage event, which is for Stampin' Up demonstrators only. And it is a super fun, awesome time. So when you get on, please say hello, let me know where you're watching from. Everyone say hi to Anne. Let's have some awesome fun crafting. So what I'm actually going to show you today, I've got a couple of thank you cards. So I want to actually thank some people for my thank you cards because I actually participated in a card swap, which was so much fun. It was in a Demonstrator training program, Kylie Bertucci's training program that we're in. And I participated in a card swap with people from that training site, and I also participated in a card swap with my local team my team members all across Australia as well. So I'm going to show you at the end of the video, I'm going to show you all of those swaps, and there's some awesome talented people, I can tell you. It's fantastic, the crafting that people have done. I've been blown away. So let's get on to all of the crafting and check out what we actually have to see. So these are some of my thank you cards. So I thought it was quite funny that all of these people actually thanked me for organising the card swap. Now, the reason that we did the card swap, it's in a business training group. Now, for us as demonstrators that are running our demonstratorship as a business, it's great to have samples, and sometimes we don't have the money to purchase all of the stamp sets, and we want to do a catalogue launch party and we don't have the stamp sets. So it's an awesome way of getting a whole heap of cards ready to go. And So what I'm going to show you is just some of the thank you cards that I got for organising this swap. So this thank you card here is from Sandra Mostello. Now Sandra is a demonstrator here in Australia. All of the people that were in this swap were from Australia. So she's done a beautiful thank you card with the Everything is Rosy. This one here is from Jessie Holton from Melbourne. And Jessie's used the beautiful bird ballad suite there to say a thank you. This one here is from Vicky, I'm thinking it's Vicky Wright, and she's used the beautiful magnolia, and you can see she's used the magnolia embossing folder in the background to say thank you. This one here is using the mosaic, I'm lost for words as far as, and I think it's from Tracy, I think it looks like Tracy. So another gorgeous thank you card. I'm saying Mosaic Mood, but I'm not quite sure actually what it is. This one here is using the beautiful butterfly designer series paper that we had available through Celebration. Okay, someone's obviously answering Anne what I'm doing. So that's a gorgeous card, and that was from Jenny. I think it was from Jenny Haywood, that one. This one here is a beautiful card. This is from Angela Allen. Gorgeous card using the Magnolia bundle once again, but absolutely stunning card using that. And using some of our blends too, which is fantastic. Hello, Joanne from Canada. Hey, Kathy, how you going? Thanks for joining. And this gorgeous card here is from Libby Dyson. And she's used the beautiful butterfly... I'm thinking it's called Beauty Abounds, I think, and the framelit, and she's used it on some, I would say it looks like colour that has been coloured with our pigment sprinkles, and she's used the gorgeous wood planks embossing folder in the background. So thank you everyone for those thank you cards. I honestly didn't expect that, because I was happy just to do the swap and enjoy swapping with talented people. So I actually have my Santorini mug here with my coffee in it. So I'm just going to have a bit of coffee. You may be able to see it up in my little picture up in... it's got a gorgeous molded picture of Santorini. It's absolutely stunning. But anyway, let's move on to making our first card. Okay, so the first card, I'm going to use the Perfectly Plaid stamp set. And I've got some bits and pieces here, which I'll just pop everything aside. I've got my ink pad, so I'm going to be using Shaded Spruce and Night of Navy. And this is a super, super quick, easy, simple card that I'm going to make. I'm going to use some of the gorgeous ribbon. I've got my stamps all lined up there on the blocks. And I'll pop my card over there so I can copy it for inspiration. So I'm going to use a Night of Navy card base, and as usual my Night of Navy card base is cut at 5 3/4 inches this way by 8 inches long, so 8 inches this way, so 5 3/4 inches by 8 inches, okay? And I'm going to fold that in half and use my bone folder to fold it really nice and neat. So that's my card base. I'll pop that aside. Now, on this piece of Whisper White, what I'm going to do is take it in turns of stamping the gorgeous Plad Christmas tree here out of the stamp set, and I'm going to take it in turn of stamping it in Night of Navy and Shaded Spruce. You love my Blackberry Bliss fingernails. Yes, they're gorgeous, aren't they? I was at a bit of a loss. I was like, what colour am I going to do? But yes, Blackberry Bliss is one of my favourite colours. So I'll just pop my ink pads up there. So what I'm going to do at first, I'm going to ink up the Night of Navy, and I'm just going to stamp using the plaid stamp. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Okay, so I'm just going to do like a diagonal pattern going up my cardstock, like so. Then going to clean off. Hey Betty, hey Cheryl, how you going? So if I miss anybody, I'm so sorry. it's very hard to keep an eye on the comments. Hey Francis, how you going? Very hard to keep your eye on the comments as you're crafting. Hey Deborah, hey Kathy, Joanne, Roz, Matthew, Margaret, Jenny, Anne, Myrtle, Roz, how you going? Sonia. So thank you everybody, Lisa, and if I've missed anyone before that, I'm so sorry, but thank you for joining me this afternoon. I hope you enjoy and I hope you get a little bit inspired by my crafting. We have some super, super awesome products. So now I'm going to ink up my shaded spruce, and I'm just going to straddle in between. My shaded spruce is very, very inky. That one, and I'm going to do another one just up here, and then I'm going to re-ink and do a Night of Navy one again. So a cute little pattern just with the Plad Christmas tree. Now it's also got a beautiful sentiment. The Merry Christmas sentiment is gorgeous in this, so I thought I would ink that up in our Night of Navy and just pop Merry Christmas down the bottom here. Line it up with the bottom of your cardstock, just like so. This is super quick and super easy, this card. Okay, so then I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to, oh, I'm missing, no I'm not. Okay, so then I thought to myself, I need a little bit of bling, a little bit of ribbon or something. So I decided to take, we've got this gorgeous shaded spruce ribbon that has a beautiful gold strip in the middle. Is that not gorgeous ribbon? Absolutely. Hey Julie, how you going? Thanks for joining. Is that not gorgeous ribbon with the gold inside? Oh, you love my live videos, Francis. Thank you. Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to cover up these ink pads because I don't want to get that all over me. Okay, so I want to pop a ribbon, I think, just down the side here. So I'm just going to grab some double-sided tape. I'm going to flip it over and pop some double-sided tape on the back. I must admit, a lot of these Christmas cards this afternoon are very traditional colours. I don't know why, but I was right into the reds and greens. But I decided to do this one, like the navy blue and shaded spruce is a nice different change. And what gave me the inspiration was the Perfectly Plaid Designer Series paper, because there's a lot of blue and greens that are in it. So I'm just going to pop the end of my ribbon into my double-sided tape and straight up the front like so, and trim it off. Okay, so then I decided that I would mount it up onto a piece of shaded spruce cardstock. So I'm just going to do that with my Tombow. So a little bit of Tombow around all the edges and some in the middle. Hey Sandra, how you going? Hey Priscilla, thanks for joining. Hey Robin. Thank you everyone. It's so nice to have you all join me while I craft. Okay, who is loving the products in our holiday catalogue? Type me in the comments if you are simply loving this catalogue. I can tell you the holiday catalogue would have to be my favourite catalogue every year. So now I'm just going to tie a bow in our ribbon. Now I'm just going to show you how I tie my bows because everyone asks me how I tie. Hey Becky from Ohio, how you going? Hey Deborah, hey Megan. So I make a loop and it's not quite an even loop on top of each other. I sort of offset the ribbon a little bit and then I create a loop that goes around. Now making sure that I'm not twisting my ribbon whatsoever as I go around. And then I just create a loop that's going to push through that loop that we've wrapped around. And with that, you're keeping all of your ribbon all going in the one direction, so nothing is twisting. And then what you do is you just rearrange the size of your loops on your bow, And when you're happy with the size of your loops on your bow, you'll see I hold on with these 2 fingers down underneath, and I pull the top and I pull the bottom. And by doing that, it actually gives your bow, the tails hang down quite nicely. So many you love, Francis. It is so true. I can tell you. I think I need a second job to be able to afford them. No, just kidding. So I'm just going to, with a glue dot, I'm just going to pop that onto the front of my card. Matthew saying his brain hurts. I know, Matthew. Lots and lots of awesome, good products. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that on with the glue dot. I'm also going to pop a glue dot underneath my ribbon, and that way it holds the bow in place and it doesn't move. It just makes your bow a little bit more secure on the front of your card. Hey Chrissy, how you going? Hey Rick, how you going? Thanks for joining. Okay, so I'm then going to, as usual, get my dimensionals. Where have I put my dimensionals? Oh, there's a pack. We'll get a new pack out. Lord knows I had my dimensionals out here today, so they should be around. Does anyone else find that? Every time they're looking for their dimensionals, they've gone missing. I always seem to be opening up a new pack of dimensionals because I've misplaced the pack that I was using. And please don't be shy using dimensionals on your projects. You know, like you get 300 in a pack. They're quite reasonably priced. I make great bows, Deborah. Hey, Deborah. So they're very reasonably priced, and it just adds that wow factor to your cards. It's really, really nice to get that popped up 3D dimension to your cards. I would say dimensionals on every single card that I make. I could guarantee that I would use dimensionals on every card that I make. Okay, so I'm going to line that one up onto my Night of Navy card base. So now for the insert, I want to make an insert because I don't want you thinking that I just make the fronts of cards. And I'm also going to be able to use this as my display for my retreat that's coming up. So I'm now going to re-ink again with my shaded spruce and my Night of Navy. So I'm going to bring in some of the front into the inside. So I'm just going to ink up in the Night of Navy and stamp down in the corner. Sorry, that was out of screen then. Okay, so I've stamped just down in the corner there. Clean that one off. And I'll ink up in my shaded spruce, and I'll stamp offset again, a shaded spruce little Christmas tree. And then there's a gorgeous sentiment in this set that says, may this season, I'm sure that's the one I've used, yes. May this season be wrapped in love and joy. And I thought that was really, really nice to have in the center on my insert. So just going to stamp that in Night of Navy, just in the middle like so. Okay, so now I'll, just with my Tombow, I'll clean up that ink again so I don't get it all over me. Oh, Matthew, you're noticing my new room. Yes, I've changed my hairdressing salon into my craft space. So yes, my background does look a little bit different. I've got much bigger space and it's awesome. I've got everything at my fingertips for when I do my classes, which is fantastic because this is where I normally hold my classes. My retreat, I'm getting glass doors put on my garage, across the front of my garage. And that actually is happening on Thursday. So that's exciting times as well. So there's my insert, and I've taken some of the front to inside in the card. Now an envelope, you could probably stamp a couple of little Christmas trees on your envelope. I still thought that it could do with a little bit more bling. So I decided to use these gorgeous Toil Tidings glitter enamel dots. So I'm just going to use the green ones in it. And I'm just going to, in threes, because 3 is more pleasing to the eye. So I'm just going to use a small, a medium, and a large. Now don't those glitter dots just finish off that card. We could also use Wink of Stella as well if we wanted to add a little bit of glimmer and shine on our Christmas trees, but a simply cute card. So that was my card that I did, and that's the one that I've just made in the video for you. So who thinks that this perfectly plaid stamp set might be on their wish list? Hey Helen, how you going? Helen, I did send you a message about the host code. I hope you got the message. I did send you a message back. Facebook is doing weird things. It's not sending me notifications when people leave a message on my business page, which is really annoying. So sometimes I don't get back to it for a few hours, and I do apologize for that, Helen. So hopefully, yeah, you got that message about the host code. If not, I can message you again. Yeah, it's a simply cute card. So cute, easy, quick. Very easy to do. I'll pop those two cards there so we can bring them all back in at the end. Okay, next card is using the Holly Jolly Christmas Bundle. Now, the Holly Jolly Christmas Bundle has some awesome things in it, and I'm going to make, I've got cardstock, that, okay, that, I need that, punch there, I've got an embossing folder. Oh, so much with this card. Okay, pop my card up there. I've got a piece of designer series paper. Now, I decided to use designer series paper here because I had all these strips. I've been cutting my perfectly plaid paper, and I had so many strips left over that I thought, you know what, there's so much to this card. This is not just a plain little card, I can tell you. So I've got all of my things out, ready to go. Okay, so I have Real Red ink, and I also have basic grey. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp just the three stockings, Christmas stockings, and I'm going to do that in basic grey. I'm going to use my blends, but I'm inking it up in my basic grey ink pad. Now you can use any of our normal ink pad colours while using your blends, okay? Because all of our ink pads are water-based colours and our pens are alcohol-based. So to stop it from bleeding, you use a water-based colour to stamp your outline with, and then we colour with our blends. So I'm going to quickly colour these cute little stockings. So it will take me a little while. So I've got Shaded Spruce, and I'm going to, for the cute little Christmas tree, I'm just going to colour in Shaded Spruce, just like so. Be careful when you are colouring with your blends not to go too far. I'm just going to add a little bit for the star there. A little bit, that was Mango Melody, the dark Mango Melody. I'm using dark soft suede for the stem of the tree. I'm also going to use Real Red, dark Real Red, and I'm just going to colour in some of the stripes on the tree, on the stocking here in Real Red. So we're going to have Real Red and white striped stocking. And I'll try to colour as quick as I can while trying to stay in the lines, just for the video's sake. Now remember, our blends do all the hard work for us, so don't panic about having streaky lines when you colour with your blends. It will move on your cardstock and it will spread. And the way it spreads, it then evens out and it doesn't show those little streaky lines that we have. Okay. And then on the last one, I'm going to colour in the Real Red so it's a little bit like a Santa suit, the last one. So real red on the top and the bottom. And the bottom. So sorry, I'm not a very fast person when it comes to colouring. So I tend to go around the outline first, and then you can fill it in. It's the easiest way to do it. And then when you fill in, you can fill that all in. Okay, and then I'm going to use our dark basic black, and I'm going to colour in the belt. And the middle of the buckle. I'm actually going to give him white tips on the boot because you'll understand why, because I'm going to do something really fun. So now I'm just going to grab the Big Shot. Oh, sorry, I did do dark Mango Melody for the buckle to make it look like it was gold. Okay. So that's all with the colouring. Yes, so Matthew, you colour around the outside and then fill in. Yes. Best way to do it and easiest way to do it. Okay. Now, in our framelets, which I have in here, so the framelets cut out the Santa Claus, and they've got some beautiful words too. It says, to be jolly. Also says 'tis the season in words. It's got this beautiful little sled down the bottom. It's got the Santa Claus, some cute little a cute little tag. You can cut out the present. You can cut out the big Santa. I'm just going to do the stockings for today, just to give you a little bit of a taste of this stamp set. So I'll just grab the Big Shot. And bear with me because it will wobble on this table because my table is not very stable. Oh gee, I rhymed and I didn't even really mean to do it. The table is not stable. Okay, so I'm just going to line the little stocking up on here. Now, I've got my magnetic platform, and sometimes with the magnetic platform, the magnets want to make your die move. So if that's the case, just move your cardstock to accommodate where the magnets want the cardstock to be, okay? And it's just that sometimes the magnets are a little bit close to each other, and they will tend to just make your framelit just shift, jump a little bit. So if that happens, as I said, just move your cardstock around, and sometimes even go the opposite way to the way you've got your cardstock. See there, I just turned the cardstock around and it stopped the magnet from jumping around. So sometimes it's because your framelit is going across two magnets and it's trying to jump. So that's two little stockings cut out, and the third one. Just like so. The next part is the fun, cute little part that we have. Okay, while I've still got my Big Shot here, I'm going to change the platform, and I have the Script-D embossing folder, which is one of our new embossing folders, and I have a piece of Whisper White, which is a layer for the front of my card. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to line that piece of Whisper White up into that embossing folder. I'm going to pop it on. Now I've got the fold going into the embossing, into the Big Shot first, and I've got the new blue embossing folder plate. Now this is designed for our brand new embossing folders to give you a really nice embossed look. Now you can see that gorgeous scripty, sorry, it doesn't like the light, but the scripty embossing on that. So that was just to add a little bit of texture on the back of, on the card front. Pop that aside again. Okay, so now is the fun part. I will pop that into my stamp set so I don't lose it. Now's the fun part. I'm going to use one of our new products, and it's called our puff paint. Hey Karen, hey Rosalie, how you going? Hey Christine, how you going? Hello to everyone that has joined. Okay, so I'm going to use some of our gorgeous new puff paint, and I'm going to do a couple of things with this. So on these two, I'm just going to pop some puff paint on and use my heat embossing tool. So I'm just going to, it's fairly liquid, so I'm just going to pop it around on the top where the nice furry trim of the stocking would be. And be liberal with it. You want a fair bit on there, and I'm just going to pop it on the toe part and on the heel. And as I said, be fairly liberal with it. I'm going to do one at a time because I don't know how it's going to go if it sits there and soaks for a while, because I did do them one at a time before. So now with my heat gun, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to pop it on heat 2, and we're going to heat that puff paint. Okay, and when it gets hot enough, it then all dries and puffs up. And there it goes, it's puffing up now. So it gives the effect of it looking like it's woolly. I'll bring that up closer. So can you see that? It looks like woolly fur on the stocking. So I think that's super cute. So I'm just going to do that with this one, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with the one that's like Santa Claus. So we'll do that again. Make sure you shake really well. You remember using puff paint on your kids' shirts when they were little? Yes. It's super, super fun, this puff paint. I love it. I've even got a friend of mine who makes felt animals, and she thinks that she can use the puff paint for molding the animals' noses. So she was so mesmerized when she seen what the puff paint could do. So on the second one here, I'm going to do the same thing again. I tend to like to hold it away a bit until you get it to set a little bit, and then go in closer with your heat gun once you've got it to set. You go in too close with your heat gun to start off with, it blows it everywhere in it. You end up with a funny shape. Okay, there we go. Some nice snow again on the toes, sorry, fur, and on there. I'll do that a little bit more. Okay, so there's some super cute little boots. I might actually zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Now the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to do the puff paint once again, but I'm actually going to add a little something to make it look even more special. Okay, so on there and there and there. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to add is some of our gorgeous, it's called Ice Stampin' Glitter. Now I'm just going to carefully shake that into the puff paint up the top and on the heel and on the toe. Okay, so we've got the Stampin' Glitter again, and then I'm going to heat that and make it puff up, and we're going to have it looking gorgeous and glittery. And yes, you end up with glitter all over your counter everywhere. But we're going to have a gorgeous top on this boot with glitter as well. So there's a couple of different ways that we can use our puff paint, and I think the glitter is just another added thing that makes it look fantastic. Okay, and I'll bring that up a little bit closer so you can see. Just get rid of that little bit. Okay, are you ready for this? We now have glittery. Can you see it in the light? I don't know whether you can. I'm trying to get my lights to shine on it. But we've got glittery, furry, snowy boots. So I had a little bit of fun playing around with that. We'll now go back out again a bit. Okay, so now I've got my Real Red card base. So I'm going to fold that in half and use my bone folder to give it a nice crease. I've got a shaded spruce layer, and I've also got the white piece that I've embossed with the Scripty embossing folder. So I'm just going to, with my Tombow, glue that together. So Tombow, and pop that onto the shaded spruce. Yes, Myrtle, great on trees. Yes, absolutely fantastic. Okay, so we've got your gorgeous embossed layer. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some of this beautiful plaid cardstock designer series paper that we have, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of Tombow onto that and glue it across. And I'm going to pop it up towards the top 2/3 of the card, just like so. No worries, night Ann. Okay, and I'm going to trim that off so it's going to be level with the side of my layer. Okay, now the next part I'm going to do is, there's a gorgeous sentiment in this, and I'm going to stamp that on my Whisper White cardstock in Real Red. Yes, Francis, I think your granddaughters would love the puff paint, for sure. And adding the glitter is just another added bonus. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that down with my Real Red. Hello, Anne. How you going? Thanks for joining. Says, may the magic of Christmas reach you this year, which I think is a really great sentiment. And put my ink pads away so I don't get that all over me. Okay, so now I'm going to use something that's retired, and I know I shouldn't be doing this, but we have a 1 3/4 inch punch. And the 1 3/4 inch punch is fantastic for certain sentiments. Now this one just fits into the 1 3/4 inch punch, so I'm going to punch that out. So I am sorry for using that. It's one of the punches that I won't ever get rid of because it's fantastic, the size of it. And I use it quite a bit, so I don't think I will be removing that anytime from my craft stash. I'm just going to clean my stamps before I go any further so I don't end up in a mess. Okay, on my trusty chamois. If you haven't seen the chamois is fantastic for cleaning your stamps. And you just rinse it with water. And I've popped mine into a case to make it easier to handle and use. But I use my chamois every day without fail. Okay, so I'm then going to mount that sentiment with some dimensionals. Hey, Arlene, is it Arlene? Hello, how are you? Frances says she's not getting rid of her 1 3/4 inch punch either. I know. It's so hard to part with these things that we use all the time. I have no idea why it retired because it is a fantastic size punch. Okay, and I've punched out a 2-inch circle out of the shaded spruce. And that there. Okay. So I'm now going to just glue that on with my Tombow at the front because I've already popped up the front part of the sentiment. So I'm just going to glue that on. And I did glue it on at a bit of an angle. I just think it looked cute going on a bit of an angle there. So I'm just going to grab some dimensionals for the back of my stockings. And I just used 2 for each stocking. So that one. So if you guessed that maybe the puff paint might be one of my favorites. Hello, I don't know what to call you. Lady Helly, how are you? Thank you for joining. Yes, Matthew, I think there'll be a lot of people that are upset about the 1 3/4 inch punch going, but I saved mine, so it's all good. And I still use it, so I do apologize, but I'm sure in our layering circles, you would probably find a punch that would be around a similar size. Sorry, you'll probably find a framelit that is around a similar size to our 1 3/4 inch. So I'm just going to pop them onto the front like so across my little strip of designer series paper. This is great for using up your little strips of paper. So don't waste them, don't throw them away. You can always get a use for them. Okay, so I'm also going to turn that over and pop that up. Okay, so some dimensionals on the back. As I said, dimensionals are reasonably priced, so don't be skimpy on your dimensionals. You don't want your card to sag in the middle. Okay. I'm being so good putting them back in my container so I can find them because it's the last sheet of the big dimensionals that I've got. If I lose that, I've got to go inside and get them out of a drawer inside, so that won't be pretty. So hopefully I will keep my eye on where I've put them and not lose them. Okay, so that's all the dimensionals with the backings off. And I'm going to mount that on the front of my real red cardstock. So like so. And it needs a bit of bling, don't you think? It's a little bit plain. I'm sure it needs a little bit of bling. So I decided that the gorgeous Toil Tidings glitter enamel dots would be perfect, and using my Take Your Pick tool. So I decided just to use the red ones. So I did a large, a medium, and a small. And I just did a large and a medium. Oh, that's a small. Medium down here. But super, super cute. And I think that the glitter enamel dots just finishes that card off. So that's my sample that I did. So I've done them around a little bit different, but that's my sample, and that's the one that I've just made in the video. So, moving right along to the next one. What did I have for the next one? Oh, okay. I do remember. Okay, so tidings all around. Now, there's another stamp set that would go really, really well with this, which is called seasonal wreaths. So these two stamp sets I think will go really, really hand in hand together. So I'm going to do a couple of cards here with this one. I've got some, get out my stamps. Sorry, bear with me here. Okay, got my stamps all mounted up, ready to go. There. Okay. And I have one card that I've already worked out, and then I'm doing another card that I've sort of half done. So I'm using traditional colours again, the cherry cobbler, and I'm using garden green this time, and our whisper white. So traditional colours, but I don't know. I think for tidings all around, I just felt like it had to still be the beautiful red and green. But now this is a fairly large stamp, this wreath that they have in here. So it's this one here. So I decided what I would do. No worries, Rosalie. Thanks for joining for as long as you did. So I'm inking up this wreath, and I had to put it on my big block. I don't know whether I can see what size. E, block E. So it's a fairly big stamp. Now it will just fit on my layer that I have. It just will fit on that whisper white layer. So I'm going to stamp it towards the top of my card and try and center it as much as I can from side to side on the card. And remember, it's a large stamp, so try and put some even pressure all the way around. But it's such a fine detailed stamp. Look at that. Is that not stunning? Just beautiful. Okay. And then there's this part here, which I thought, that's really nice. And I thought would be nice for a little bit of soft colouring and just to take the plain whiteness off the wreath. So I've decided that I wanted to do one in the middle of the wreath, like so. Just like that. So very hard probably to see because our smoky slate, yes, smoky slate is a very light, soft grey. Okay, so I'm just going to do one coming down through here on the side and ink it up again, and one more just to fill up that little bit of a gap there. Okay, I'll bring that up closer so you can see. So just stamping around just to take off that stark white look off the background. And I'm going to close up those inks. I'm going to use cherry cobbler for the sentiment, and I have a tiny little strip of whisper white here. So I'm going to bring that in, and I've got the sentiment, 'tis the season. And I'm just going to stamp on that whisper white piece, 'tis the season. And I'm going to stamp probably hopefully in the middle of that. It's very hard because I think I'm going to stand up so I can get it straight. 'Tis the season in the middle. Okay, and cherry cobbler. I simply love cherry cobbler for Christmas stamping. I just think it's the perfect red. Hey Kathy, thanks for joining. Okay, so we have that stamped. Now, I think what I'll do is I actually don't know where my triple banner punch is gone, so I'm going to use my Truly Tailored punch, and I'm just going to punch the end of that like so, because I want it there. Okay, and I've got a piece of cherry cobbler, a strip of cherry cobbler. I'm just going to punch the end. It's not going to be anywhere near the length that I need it, but I'm happy to trim it to what length I need. So that was the Truly Tailored punch. If you don't have the triple banner punch, you can use your Truly Tailored punch as well. Okay, so I'm going to line this up on my, actually, no, I'm going to do this. Okay, so I want my cherry cobbler just to peek over the end of my Whisper White side. So I like actually to go outside the edge of the frame of your cardstock. What colour did I used garden green, myrtle for the leaves, garden green. Okay, so I'm just going to place that where I need it to be. Okay, so I want it just popping over the edge of my Whisper White layer. Okay, and then our white one, Whisper White layer, I'm going to pop some Tombow on the back there. And what we're going to do with that one is we're going to straddle the real red and pop it like that. So because we've got both ends bannered, it looks really pretty, like so. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that over and trim my cherry cobbler off to match that Whisper White. Okay. And now I'm going to, hey Angie, how you going? Now I'm going to use my liquid Tombow and I'm going to mount that onto a piece of garden green cardstock. Okay, so like so. And then I'm going to fold over my cardstock. So once again, cut at 5 3/4 inches by 8 inches. Fold it in half gives me a card front size of 4 inches by 5 3/4 inches. And the reason I do that, it's a tiny smidgen less than half of our cardstock, but it's so that it's easy to do your layering, because you can then cut down your 1/4 inch. You don't have to worry about 1/3 of inches and 1/5 inches, 1/5 of an inch. That way you can do 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. Makes it easier for your layers. Now that's the only reason I use those measurements. So I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals as well. Oh, my scissors just fell off. Oh, and it's the same as hairdressing scissors falling off and falling onto a tiled floor. The blades cut into each other and it gives you a blunt spot in your scissors, and I just did that with my scissors. I have this fantastic jumper, but it's not pretty fantastic for crafting as it has some string bits and they get caught on everything. I'll get the dimensionals off here sooner or later. That and that. Okay. And then I'm just going to mount that onto my cherry cobbler base. And we need bling. I'm positive we need bling. So once again, our gorgeous Toils and Tidings glitter enamel dots. We'll pop a few of them around. So I'm just going to do a small red one up there, a small green one here, a large red one there, and a small green one there, a little red one here, a little green one over here. I did go a little bit crazy with the glimmer dots, but is that not super cute? You love this card, Deborah? Thank you. So that was my sample. That was the card I made in the video. So I have one more card for you today, and it's using the the Tidings All Around once again. And this is I just wanted to do a very neutral card. So I've got a Whisper White base. I've got a basic grey layer. I've got a gorgeous layer that is embossed with our new embossing folder, and the name of it has totally left my brain. It's in the Halloween area of our catalogue, but anyway, it's totally left our brain. Now the feature of this card is going to be, are you ready for it, people? I've cut out one of the wreaths in beautiful silver foil cardstock. Look at that. Now also in our framelits, we have some gorgeous little, and I've got them all in the bottom here, they're very fine, some gorgeous leaves and branches that I've cut out in our basic grey. And they are very, very fine. Now, trust me, they are super, super fine. Okay, so I've got a bunch of those. And I've got a strip of Whisper White cardstock. And there's a beautiful sentiment here, Christmas cheer. So I'm actually going to ink that up in our new Delicata inks. Now, our new Delicata inks yes, it's the tassely bits on my sleeves, Matthew, these bits that keep getting hooked on things. Okay, so I'm just going to ink up this sentiment. Now this is, the Delicata inks are for, if we didn't want to emboss, we can still get that gorgeous silver shimmery look. Stylish Scroll, thank you Francis, thank you. The name had totally missed. So Stylish Scroll is the name of the embossing folder. I actually got it when I was away on my incentive trip overseas. I got it as one of my prizes that I spun. So I've actually had it in my possession for quite a while. So I've just inked up my Delicata ink, and I'm going to stand up for this one again so I get it straight because I don't have many pieces of this cardstock here. So I'm just going to stamp that down, Christmas cheer. Okay. And there you have it. It is beautiful, silver, shimmery sentiment there using our Delicata inks. We have gold, we have copper, and we also have silver in the Delicata ink. So absolutely gorgeous ink to use. And I can tell you, it stays as bright as what it is there now. It stays like that the whole time. So I'm just going to, with my punch again, I'm just going to banner that end. So just like so. And I could probably cut that end a little bit shorter. Just be careful with the Delicata inks though, they take a little while to dry, so you will smudge them if you touch them straight away. So just be careful with, oh, and that's so crooked. Okay, so just be careful when you're using the Delicata inks to make sure you let them dry. As you can see, I've got some on my finger already. Okay. So this is a pretty simple, easy card once again, but I think it's going to look quite stunning and quite striking. So I decided that I wanted to make a little bit of a bouquet type of thing of these branches. So I'm going to, with some double-sided tape just on the back of that sentiment label, just going to pop some double-sided tape on there. I'm going to pop another bit because I want a bit more space to glue things. And I'll probably pop another bit again. Just to make sure that I've got a lot of double-sided tape. Mari, it's much brighter, much more silver. You'll find that the shimmer paint is beautiful. It's glittery and it's shimmery, but the Delicata ink is very silver and gold and copper. Like it's the color is really obvious. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to carefully stick some of these in a bit of a bouquet behind here. I might just do that. Sorry, I'm probably out of camera again. Like that. Maybe one more branchy bit. Like so. No. Okay. That. Try that like that. Yep, that worked. And that one. And one of these little ones. So that's all sticking into that double-sided tape that I have on the background. Okay. That's how I want that to be. Okay, so now I'm going to, with some Tombow, pop my embossed layer on. Okay, onto my basic grey layer. And then I'm going to pop that up onto dimensionals. One of them fell off. Did one fall off? Oh yeah, there's one there. We can add another one on. Okay, so I'm just going to pop some dimensionals on the back of that layer. My eldest daughter just came home and she was pulling faces at me through the glass door behind me because she knew I was live, so she's being a little bit silly, pulling faces at me. And now she'll hopefully stay inside and be nice and quiet. Okay, so got my dimensionals backings all off. Pop that onto my Whisper White card base, like so. Matthew was very observant and found that one of them fell off, so I found it. Thank you, Matthew. And we'll stick him in there. Okay, so that's pretty good. Like that and like so. Okay, so I'm just going to, with some ink, with some glue, I'm just going to daub on the back of the wreath. Now I don't mind that it's not all going to be glued down solid. That's totally okay because I'm quite happy for the leaves to poke up a little bit because that's the way wreaths are. They don't sit nice and flat. So just some little daubs on that wreath, and that's totally enough to get it to adhere to the front of the card. Okay, so once again I'm going to, actually no, I think I'm going to pop it in the middle. I was going to pop it up the top, but I think I'm going to pop that in the middle. Now just hold that down because it will take a little while to adhere to your embossed layer. So just hold it down a little bit, just like so, and it will glue on. Okay. I actually think I'm going to pop that up. And it's still not straight. I don't know what is wrong with my eyes today, but I cannot cut. I think that's a little bit straighter. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to pop that up onto dimensionals as well. So your dimensionals will hold on some of those as well. So sticking your dimensionals over the top there is definitely going to make sure that none of those will fall off. So I just needed to mention while we're going today, please stay on because I'm about to show all of my swaps that I got. So please hang in to the end if you can hang in, because I've got some awesome cards to show you using all of the brand new holiday catalogue items. Okay, so that one there. And I think just to make this even better, I think we need a little bit of bling. And the little bit of bling that we might have will be just normal rhinestones. I think still keeping everything quite neutral. Matthew saying, you got it. I did get it, Matthew. Thank you. I'm glad you're keeping an eye on me. Okay, so I'm just going to pop some of these around. Oh. So that is a super easy, awesome card using just a die cut, one simple sentiment stamped, and some awesome awesome framelit there that does the job for us. Okay, oops, a daisy. Things just fell off my desk. Okay, I'm going to bring in my swaps now. These swaps were absolutely awesome. I'm just going to clean up my desk a little bit so we can see all of these awesome swaps. I have a massive basket full of swaps from some awesomely talented people all over Australia. So I will tell you, if I can see their names, I will tell you. Some of them I think will be inside. So this one here is using that stamp set that we used today. I'm just going to take this out so I can see who it was. Okay, this one is from Vicky Wright. So this is a gorgeous card using that anyway, the one with the all the names of the stamp sets are bewildering me for the simple fact that they're all so new, but you can see some beautiful coloring, some lovely designer series paper there, and using the Very Vanilla, which is really good. I must use more Very Vanilla. I don't use enough. This one here is from the talented Kaz Boylan from up Bundaberg Way. She's used the gorgeous bauble stamp set, which is fantastic. Some of the designer series paper with the stars, and all of the designer series paper that goes with this bundle has copper accents on it. So she's used the copper accent, and she's also created a gorgeous bauble there using the Handmade embossing folder as well. So it's simply gorgeous. This one here is from Leslie Thompson. She's used the gorgeous bells using some of the copper foil designer series paper, the gorgeous ribbon that we have with the foil Merry Christmas on it, and some of the gorgeous designer series paper that goes with the bauble set. So this paper, I think, is the nicest paper in the catalogue. The gorgeous snowman, super, super cute. Using some of the beautiful new, I don't know whether you can see the snowflakes on there, the gorgeous new glitter embossing powder that we have. And that one is from Rails. So Rails was on here before, but I think Rails might have left. But thank you, Rails. That's a gorgeous swap card that I got from you. I've got another one of those. Okay, this one here is from Leonie Stewart. Leonie is down the Central Coast Way. She's used the gorgeous copper embossing powder to emboss the gorgeous bauble. She's also used the scripty embossing folder on the back there. Very simple but very classical Christmas card. Absolutely stunning. So thank you, Leonie, for that one. This one is using some of the Halloween projects, and this one is from Sandra Mostello. So thank you, Sandra. This is an awesome card, and thank you very much, because I actually don't buy the Halloween stamp set. So thank you. I've actually got a lovely display card now. but super, super cute. And we've got these gorgeous little googly eyes and things. The beautiful shimmer ribbon that we've had, the black shimmer ribbon, that was from our last Halloween. So this one here is from Debbie Rolls. Gorgeous snowman. Once again, she's used the beautiful swirls embossing folder, some of the designer series paper. A really super cute. We have the punch that goes with the snowman builder punch, and it's super cute for making these really cute snowmen. This one here is from Jessie Holton, and it's using the gorgeous cardinal bird. I know that a lot of the US demos went absolutely crazy over this bird when they got the stamp set on the boat. It has a lot more meaning, I think, for the US demos than what it does for Australians, but simply gorgeous card. So thank you, Jessie Holton. She's from down Melbourne Way. Here's another one of the snowman. Once again, this one is from Tina Pillar, and it says Mount Martha that Tina is from, and she's used the gorgeous puff paint to create some snowballs, which is super cute as well. Hey Melissa, how you going? Thanks for joining. This one here is from Tracy Held. Now I'm not sure the name of this stamp set. It's actually a stamp set that you build with the flowers and the leaves, but simply stunning card. And she's used some tone-on-tone stamping on the background there to make a bit of a background pattern, which is really super cute as well. Oh, sorry, Sherilyn, I'm showing them now and you haven't got yours yet. This one here is using the frosted, anyway, name escapes me. Absolutely stunning card. I actually use this card, I use this stamp set to make a card for one of the swaps as well. So that's gorgeous, and that is from, the stamp set is Frosted Foliage, that's it. And it is from Sue, and I don't know how to say your last name, Sue, Sangaris, I'm sure, something, I've probably massacred that name, but gorgeous. She's used some silver embossing, and she's also used the Delicata ink in the background, the silver Delicata ink. This one here is a gorgeous one, and this one is from Carolyn Boyland as well. Gorgeous card, and she's, I don't know how come I've got two. I'm not real sure, but anyway, I don't know how that happened, but gorgeous card. And she's from, I'm sure it's Bundaberg up in Queensland. This one here, ooh, do we have it inside who it's from? Maybe. Let me see. Oh, I know who it's from. It's from Michelle Wells. This one's from my team. Yes, Michelle. This one's from my team member. Now, Michelle was actually in the training group as well as in our team swap. So you will see two of these cards because I was in both. So I'll pop Michelle's card on the outside there so I know who it is that actually did it. So using that gorgeous snowman again, the designer series paper, our stitched labels, and I'm not actually quite sure what she's used as the ink on the background. It looks like Coastal Cabana, but it has a bit of a shimmer to it, so I'm not real sure. She may have to tell me that later on. This one here is from Sue Allen, using that stamp set again, like the this one here. So some gorgeous flowery, and these could be for all occasions. They don't have to be Christmas. So this one here is from Jenny Hayward, and she's used the gorgeous bauble set. She's used the perfectly plaid paper as well, and the gorgeous bauble set does have this ivy. Is it ivy? No, it's not ivy. Holly. I'm trying to think of what it is. The greenery that we have with the red berries, so it's super cute. This one here is gorgeous. I was actually going to do a card today using this bundle, and I just didn't get around to designing one, but probably in my next live we'll be concentrating on this. And this one is from Christina Delbridge, and Christina is from the ACT. So, and I think Christina was saying that this was one of her first swaps that she's participated in. So thank you, Christina. It was a gorgeous card. She's used the Delicata ink. She's used the framelits. Now in this bundle, we actually have a whole heap of all stitch stars that you can layer up. So you could get a really awesome card from that. This one here is from Helen Mead, and she's used the gorgeous stamp set. Now, the proceeds of this stamp set, part of the proceeds from this stamp set, it's a stamp set that's in the back of our catalogue, and it's going to raise funds for mental awareness, so mental health. So if you purchase this stamp set, part of the money for this stamp set will be sent to fundraising for mental health. This one here is using the Perfectly Plaid stamp sets from Kay Jacob. Now, Kay did really, really well. Kay was actually in hospital when this swap, just as this swap happened, Kay got admitted to hospital and was having a hard time, and she messaged me. She actually rang me and she said, "What can I do?" And I said, "Get your husband to bring all of your craft things to the hospital, work out what you need, send him home with a list, and get him to bring it to the hospital." So she made these from her hospital bed and got her husband to send them. So God love her husband for doing that for her, but Kay got to get her swap out. So this one here, I'm yet to buy this bundle, but this is the coffee mug bundle that you can do reversible coffee mugs. So you can have them left-handed coffee mugs or right-handed coffee mugs. It's the first time that they've actually bought a stamp set out like this, that it's totally reversible. What you do is you ink it up and you stamp it one way, and then you clean it off. You flip it over onto your block and re-ink the opposite side of it, and you get the mirror image of the coffee mug. So it's a super, super awesome, fun set to have. This one here is from Cheryl Robertson, and I have no idea. I have two of these too. I have no idea why that has happened, but anyway, beautiful, using the frosted foliage bundle once again, and using the designer series paper that goes with it. So the designer series paper is awesome because it's actually, it shows a picture in the background, and it's simply gorgeous. So thank you very much, and that was from Cheryl Robertson. This one here is using the Perfectly Plaid stamp set, and there is no name on the back, so I'm going to open it up. And oh, it was your first time too, Cheryl. Well done. You did a beautiful job. So congratulations. I hope you've enjoyed. Oh, and this one's got no name on it. So I can't give credit to whoever did that one. I can't, and I remember opening this bundle, but I can't remember who it was. So if you are the person that created this card, please let us know. Type it in the comments so I can let people know who it was. This one here is gorgeous. It's from Sharon Hammond, and Sharon is from Kellyville Ridge. And she's used the gorgeous, these are designer elements that we have that are stickers that you can stick on. She's made it into a 3D star, which is beautiful. She's used the Perfectly Plaid designer series paper. And this sentiment is just simply stunning. May you feel the glow of God's peace this Christmas. Beautiful card from Sharon Hammond. Another one of our Halloween ones. So this is super, super cute. This one is from Shirley Jones Taylor. And she's used the gorgeous teeny tiny, itty bitty sentiments, I think it's called, and there's background dies that we have, like, and they are really awesome, and she's used it in the pumpkin pie cardstock and used the gorgeous haunted house, so for a Halloween look. This one here is simply stunning. Angela Allen, gorgeous, using that beautiful bauble stamp set as well. This is the reverse side of the designer series paper. So she's used the designer series paper on this one. She's stamped this one. She's stamped and coloured the holly and used some of the die cuts and things, but absolutely gorgeous card. Stunning. This one here, and I did say who that was from, didn't I? From Angela Allen, yes. This one here is from Mandy Witherby. Mandy Witherby is such a stunning crafter. She has some gorgeous ideas, and everything is just simply perfect on her cards. Like, I absolutely fell in love with this. And the beautiful Seaside Spray ribbon is just stunning with it. The beautiful glimmer paper that we have. Absolutely stunning card using the bauble stamp set again. This one here is using a combination of cards, and this is from the talented Joe Whedon. And this was, I'm not sure whether this was Joe's first swap, and Joe nearly missed out on this swap. And she actually ended up skimming in. We needed some extra people, and she got a place in the swap. So she's used the beautiful stamp set that is fundraising for mental health awareness. And she's used a gorgeous embossing folder, the timber embossing folder in the background, and some of our rectangle shapes as well. So stunning card, Joe. Congratulations. That was a beautiful card. This one here is from Cindy Bardis. I'm probably massacring your last name, Cindy. I'm so sorry. I do apologize. She's done quite some different things here. This is the framelits that go with the Itty Bitty Wishes stamp set. She's cut one apart, and she's used it with the designer series paper, which is really good. These are part of that same framelit. We've got the gorgeous stamp here that she's embossed on vellum, which is simply stunning, and that's from the frosted foliage bundle. She's used, that was the insert from the frosted foliage frame, so that's the insert. So some really super. She's used the subtle embossing folder on the old olive layer on the back too. So very good, Cindy. This one here is from, this was from my talented team member, Shirley Kay. Shirley, I rang Shirley and I messaged Shirley and I said, oh my Lord, some of the people have pulled out of the swap. Can you make me 15 cards? I messaged her on the Thursday. She made them on the Friday and brought them to me on the Saturday morning. So she is awesome. So I think everybody needs to give a big shout out to Shirley Kay for helping out. And that gave those demonstrators that participated in that swap an extra swap that was different. So thank you very much. I had to call on her, and I actually made one for this swap as well using the frosted foliage as well. I've used the Delicata ink, I've used Balmy Blue, and I've also used our Blueberry Bushel. And I've used the Seaside Spray ribbon as well. So that was that. This was mine for the first lot of people. And this one is something, I think it's called A Wish for Christmas. I think this was the set that's like Everything is Rosy in the catalogue. It's actually a medley, a product medley. And these are the stamps, and I've embossed with gold. I've also used the scrolly embossing folder on the background there. And I've used some of the real red ribbon that we have. And I've used some in the background here. I've used some crumb cake and stamped the trees in crumb cake. And yeah, it was, and the framelits and everything all come in that medley as well. Now these are from my team members. This is my team swap for my team members, and I've used the gorgeous bauble stamp set as well. And I did realize, and I'm so sorry to all of my team members, I used the gold thread and we don't sell the gold thread anymore. So I apologize. I did use something that was not current. So I do apologize for that. Okay, this one here is from Michelle Wells, again using the snowman stamp set, and she's used the glimmer paper to cut out the snowman with the snowman builder punch, which was simply beautiful. This one here is from, I actually don't know. It says this is an individual work of art. It doesn't say who it's from, so I do apologize to, this was not in my team swap. I think this was actually in Kylie's Demonstrator group. I've got them all a bit mixed up through here, but this one's made by the beautiful, talented Jenny Osmond, who is one of my team members. She's used the gorgeous star bundle. Simply stunning. I'm not sure where you've got that glimmer paper from, but it is a beautiful. And use some of the designer series paper, and absolutely gorgeous. I've fallen in love with this bundle. I think it's absolutely stunning. Okay, this one is from Sammy Joe. And no, this is saying, hello, Sammy Joe. Thanks for taking... Oh, no, Julianne. I didn't realize you did that on the back of yours. Okay, so I'm sorry. Everyone's names on the back of these are going to be wrong. So I'm so sorry. I'm thinking, why is it saying Sammy Joe? This is from Julianne Richards. So Julianne is a team member from Tassie. And she's used a gorgeous bauble stamp set. She's also used the... Peacock Designer Series paper in the background and our beautiful stitched labels there, which is simply stunning, and Night of Navy card base. So simple but absolutely stunning. This one here, who is this one from? I told you I had a lot of swaps, so I'm going to have so much for my display. It's going to be fantastic. No, I have no name on this one either. So I do apologise, I'm not sure who it was that did this swap, but simply stunning. And that's using the stamp set that I used today with the Christmas stockings. And there's one of the framelits, 'Tis the Season, and the beautiful sled. Absolutely gorgeous. This one here is from the talented Shirley Kay once again. This was for our team swap. And she's done clear embossing in the background. She's used shimmer paint over the top of the die cut. She's used Crystal Effects and the what's it called, Ice Stampin' Glitter. She's used some vellum in the background. She's used some silver thread. Absolutely gorgeous. Well done, Shirley. Once again, that one was mine, and this one was from the talented Sammy Joe. Now Sammy Joe has just started crafting, and I just want to she actually sent this gorgeous little card in the back, which I think was simply so super stinking cute. And she's done a gorgeous little card here, and she said, thank you for all the support in the short time I've been stamping. I really appreciate it a lot, from Sammy Joe. And she's put a recipe of all of the items that she's used in this card. Now I'm just going to take the ribbon off so you can get a good look at this card. She put so much work and so much effort into this card. So you just need to congratulate yourself, Sammy, because it is simply stunning. I think I'm going to have to undo the bow. Okay, so I'm going to undo the bow, and it's tied in a knot. Can I undo that? Yes, I can. This is absolutely stunning. You've done such a great job. So she's used the frosted foliage framelits. She's also used the stamp set that is going towards mental health. Absolutely stunning. Some of the shimmer paper in the background, some of the snowman paper in the background. She's used the birch background stamp set. Absolutely unbelievable. Very, very good job. So congratulations, Sammy Joe. You've done a great job. So I just want to say thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed that crafting. I'll bring back some of the cards. So this is one of the cards. So that's using that gorgeous wreath set. And this is another one using the same set. So you can get some totally different cards by using the same set but using it in different ways. This was the card that I made using the gorgeous puff paint. And remember the ice glitter, popping the ice glitter on top of the puff paint before you heat it, which is super, super cute. And this was the Perfectly Plaid stamp set, and using some non-traditional colors, but getting the inspiration from using the... Oh, okay, thank you, Jenny. Jenny's saying that one of them was from Rhonda Newsom. Thank you, Jenny. So, sorry, Rhonda, that I didn't know which one was yours, but thank you anyway. So, thank you, everybody. Once again, don't forget, we have only 4 days left to cash in your $9 coupons. So, if you've got $9 coupons that you earned in July, you only have 4 more days. So, if you want to place your order online, please message me and I can tell you what the host code is for August. I actually have these 2 stamp sets to give away. One is for July and one is for this month as well. So I will jump on and I will announce them. I have to go through all the comments and see who's shared. So please share, please invite your friends to like my page, because it's awesome to share some crafting around. So these are brand new stamp sets that I was given. I've got 2 of them, so I'm giving them away. So I will be able to send them out, and they'll be brand new products that you'll have out of the holiday catalogue that's not even available just yet. So if you wanted to get your hands on a holiday catalogue, please send me a message and I'd be happy with your address, and I'd be happy to post one out to you. Also, don't forget my 2-day retreat. Now, there's only 4 days left to reserve your spot. I still have 1 or 2 spots in the first one, and I have about 3 spots left in the second one. So that's the 21st and 22nd of September. It costs $150 for the retreat. That's not including meals or accommodation. It's 2 full days. It's 16 hours of crafting. You get to make 8 make and takes. You get 5 pillow gifts throughout the weekend. We're going to play lots of games. There's going to be lots of giveaways. And there's also 3 optional classes that you can do on top of the 8 make and takes. But payment needs to be made no later than the 30th of August. So we only have 3 days left. So if you want to get into that retreat, it's going to be super awesome, super fun. So please message me. The link is up above in the comments. So if you actually want to check out the link, you can jump on over to my website, check out all the details, and if you submit the form, I will then send you an email with payment details, and you can get your payment done and you will get your spot in the retreat. So I'm madly getting everything designed and getting everything prepped and all the kits ready to go. I also offer my retreat as an online retreat to go in a box. So if you cannot make it to the local event, which is in the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia, if you're coming from Sydney, you could fly to Ballina Airport, and Ballina is about 20 minutes away from Gunnellabar, where I live. And lots of motels and things around. There's motels in Ballina, Lismore, Austinville, Gunnellabar. So lots of places to stay. I would love to have you as part of my retreat. I will be holding retreats now 4 times a year. So I'm so super excited. That's why I'm getting my garage all glassed in. And I've got my air conditioner unit. It's going in the next couple of days. So it will be comfortable and beautiful in there. I just went and got all my tables and things the other day. So I'm super, super excited for this retreat. And I hopefully it's going to be one of many retreats that people will love and recommend to all their friends. So if you have somebody that you think might be interested in my retreat, please let them know. And as I said, go over to my website, stampingwithdonnag.com, click on the retreat weekend tab, and it will show you all the details, and it will have the registration link right there. And I will send you payment details and things so that you can get your payments made. So anybody that is coming to the retreat, and if you've got outstanding amounts, that needs to be paid by the 30th of August so that I can order all the products at the beginning of September to make sure that they're here in plenty of time so that you've got all of your awesome goodies. You get a $60 goodie bag as well on top of the 8 make and takes. In that goodie bag, you will be using some of the products throughout the weekend to make your make and takes and things. And I can tell you, I'm super excited. There's lots and lots of super fun projects. It's all Christmas crafting. It's all out of the holiday catalogue. So you are going to have a super awesome time. So if you wanted to, Melissa's saying if I could only come. I wish you could come too, Melissa. Maybe next time. Maybe we can organize it. Maybe next time. You never know. So thank you, everybody. And until next time, happy crafting. Remember the joining special. You get $280 worth of product. Only pay $169. You also get a $16 voucher to spend next month as well on the super awesome products. And you can put the holiday catalog products in your starter kit today. So if you have been thinking about it, well, you have 4 more days to make use of this awesome joining special. So if you're interested, please message me. I would be happy to give you a call, no pressure whatsoever, to answer any of your questions you may have about joining, because there is absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Nobody's going to hound you for money. You don't have to sell. You don't have to do videos. You can wholly and solely join just to get an awesome 20% discount. So thank you, everyone. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye for now.